The Impact Atlanta Season 3, Episode 1 and 2. Let's get into it. Ari lives in Miami now and she has so much going on. She's the anchor of the show, is centered around her. I like Miami Ari. She seems very calm and it's always good to elevate. With the highs, we having some lows. Yo sign does not like living in Miami. He wants to be in Atlanta with the rest of their family. So Ari's trying to figure out how to balance it all. I think Tucson needs to figure out who he is outside of Ari and Tay. When they all was together, everything was good. Now Ari lives in Miami, Tay lives in New York, and it's just Tucson in Atlanta. So Tucson's job this episode was to get Ari and Tay together, trying to get things back to how they used to be. No shade with it, but it was kind of crazy to me that he was on TV saying that he's getting paid thousands to post on Instagram. And I'm like, well, where is the money? Because a few months ago, you was online asking the public to help contribute to a GoFundMe. We're going to be seeing more of Tucson's relationship. He's in a relationship with Mike, and they have been together for 2 years. As far as the brunch, I feel like Tucson was being super petty. He kept saying he didn't want drama, but it was like he was trying to be nitpicky and start stuff. If he don't like Karlay, cool. He ain't got to like her. But going to buy shots for the whole table and then Karlay didn't get one, it's like asking to start stuff. And then when he went to Ari and was like, blah, 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 happened at the brunch, I feel like he was making a brunch seem like it was more than what it was. Nothing at that brunch that happened was that deep. Like, you were somewhere off in a corner while them people were there enjoying themselves talking. What are we even still talking about this brunch for? We need new storylines. We had enough in season 2 of the Karlay and Tucson back and forth. We got to find something else to give the people. I like Lightskinned Kesha and her family. Lightskinned Kesha knows who she is not giving press that I'm on TV. Keisha's in her wife era, okay? I got a baby era. She expressed how her and her man, as they should, works as a team, because a lot of these women are in relationships or marriages where they feel single, and she says she don't feel like that. She made me a little sad talking about power. Like, girl, I just got over the fact a week ago that the show was over, and here you go, going to the premiere on the Impact Atlanta, and I gotta relive this. The show being over doesn't mean that her acting career has to be over. I think that she would be able to find another role. This is just redirection, new opportunities on the way. Light-skinned Kesha is giving off the homegirl vibe, like she cool, but she also is not with the mess. And if you step to her with BS, she gonna call you out on it. Okay, so Glossup was not in episode 1, which was kind of weird to me, but they did have her in episode 2. I love that Glossup is showing up as herself. Everyone else has their like little Chanel or Birkin, and she's coming to her confessional with her coach. Like in all of her scenes, she got her coach bag. Coach needs to give you a sponsorship, girl. Glossup is trying to solidify herself in the music industry. Her life pretty much changed overnight, and she needs to get a hit with Quality Control. But I don't know. I don't really care for that label. I feel like they be jumping on people when the momentum is high and they don't invest in them. And I don't want to compare her and Lakia because they are two completely different people, but it reminds me in an aspect of when Lakia was on Impact and she was having trouble with Quality Control and they were kind of blaming everything on her and she was trying to prove stuff to them. And I'm like, okay, as a label, what are y'all doing for them? I think Tori is a pretty girl. She's working on repairing her relationship with her baby daddy. Her baby daddy has cheated on her and she expressed how it was public. I think sometimes as people, like people will put these celebrities on a pedestal and it's like at the end of the day they're human just like you are. Like your man might have cheated on you and you dealt with it, it just wasn't publicized. So sometimes you have to give people grace. She's another one that seems like she's trying to find herself outside of her man and kind of create her own lane in Atlanta. Like she took over LA with the DJing and now it's her time to shine in Atlanta because it's like literally so many connections in Atlanta. I like Karlay. We all know that she's the original it girl, but I want us to not mention Thug anymore. We trying to figure out who Karlay is, you know, what she has in store with the music industry and whatever else she may have to offer. Not to continue to hear about Tucson and Young Thug. I do know that these shows kind of edit things a certain way, and I saw Karlay say that she probably wasn't gonna like the editing this season, so maybe it has something to do with that. Ari and Tay meet up per Tucson. It's very uncomfortable to have hard conversations with the people that you love and you may not know how they're gonna receive it. So Ari and Tay had to put them big girl and boy draws on. Tay felt like Ari was mad at him because he didn't come to her photo shoot. And I remember last season, Tay felt like Ari wasn't really there for him and he was always showing up for her. They went months without talking to each other, and Ari just wanted Tay to hold himself accountable and apologize. Like, saying I love you is not an apology. They both needed to communicate with each other, so they agreed that they're going to communicate. And that they love each other and they cherish that friendship. I like how they let us see them working whatever issue out, but they didn't like completely put it out there as to X, Y, and Z of what happened, and kind of kept it private, you know, respecting their friendship with each other. If you know, you know. Okay, this is growth right here. We got Ari and the baby daddy Herbert on the screen for the second time. No arguing, no drama, no nothing, just talking. The growth. Herb said that your son has only child syndrome, and I was like, don't you got 2 kids? It's nice to see both of your son's parents together with him, showing, you know, some healthy co-parenting. Your son doesn't like Miami, so Ari has to make that decision of, does she move back? He wants to be with his cousins, but I think it's kind of a part of life. Like, people move every day. You may not like where you are, but it's the beauty of, you know, exposing your kid to a new situation. It's like Ari is a celebrity, and I'm pretty sure she gonna have to move around a lot. So like, are you not gonna move somewhere because your child may not like it? I like Mama Don. She doesn't act like too young and trying to be hip like some of the other moms be. Like, she acts her age. And she doesn't seem like she's a yes man. Mama Don wants to be in Atlanta with her other grandkids, and Ari acknowledged, like, I can't be selfish. Like, she got other grandkids, other children as well. So we gonna have to do what it do. Them doing what it do is resulting in your son being homeschooled, Ari coming to stay out in Atlanta for the summer, and then the whole family possibly moving to Miami in a year. I think it's so tight that Ari is the breadwinner and is able to provide a life for her family they probably never thought that they would have. One of the sisters suggested that your son come stay with them for a year since they are very family oriented. I don't think Ari should be without her child. This whole situation was messy. Julian was supposed to be meeting with Glossup to potentially help her with work, like a business meeting, and it turned into him gossiping about the castmates. I already felt like at the brunch he had some animosity towards Tori, and it makes sense if you know that her man is cheating per your friend. Like, ding ding ding, that's why he got that animosity towards her. And it's like, dang, Tori around somebody not even knowing what's going on. I think that this was very unprofessional, and if I was Gloss, I wouldn't work with him, because if you talking about them, imagine what he would say about you. Like, when Gloss said he must got ants in his pants or something, I'm like, yeah, you are being real. It's something going on, because all of that was not even necessary. It's like, what's the tea? What's the tea? Then he got to talking about Daybella and Karlay. I'm like, why is this even a conversation? If you want to know what went down with Daybella and Karlay, like, ask them. Y'all all literally was just sitting at a table together. You could have just asked them about it. Tori threw me off at the brunch as well when she was talking about men. I think her outlook on men is based off what she has been through with her baby daddy. Every man is not like your baby daddy. The speech about getting to the bag and everything that she said at the brunch was kind of something that she should say to herself and take her own advice. Ari and her family are very close, and she's very family oriented. So she's thinking about staying in Atlanta for the summer with your son. And after that, a year, her family can kind of transition and move to Miami. So now she like, I got to get my ducks in a row. I want to get Remedy by Ari and Sephora and take it to the next level, because if my family is gonna come to Miami, I gotta have more income because I'm the one who has to pay for everything. So they're thinking about moving into a compound with everybody being together. Something else that kind of stuck out to me was Ari talking about everything that she's going through and having to make this decision for her child, and Herb was there, and I'm like, well, ain't you the pappy? Like, what do you have to say? Are you gonna offer for your son to come stay with you? Gloss had a music event and everyone came, so she's curious to know like what's tea. After she had her meeting with Julian, she told everyone what was said, and now the drama is about to start because Karlay got a problem. Like, why is he talking about me? And you know, he done said Tori man was cheating. So, child, this is some mess, but you know what? We like mess, just not our own. BT did a much better job casting these new people. Like, no one seems like they're afraid to be their self. They're giving personality, and it looks like we are about to have some drama. So yeah, let me know in the comments, friends, if you guys are watching, how y'all feel about it. I like the first 2 episodes, and I'm excited to see what's gonna happen the rest of this season.